Okay, got cut off a little bit, but what I was saying is a man that doesn't talk down to you, instead of being like, babe, you're complaining about your job. Why don't you just try, something else, something different, instead of you don't make that much money anyway. I don't even know why you staying there. You might as well just go on and try to get your bread up and go on somewhere else. Why don't you go try to be a lawyer or somewhere to be, you don't do you even how good is you at your job? Just being more of a supporter than more of a like I'm not, it's better to have a man that supports you in everything. Agree to disagree. He may be like I had a conversation with my babe the other day, and I was like, I'm thinking about doing a career. I was like doing a certain career. I'm not gonna really say what it was, but I was just like wanting to do a career change, and it was gonna be something to where I was gonna really step out of my box and really actually do it. And he was like, okay, that's okay for a while. He's like, but I really don't think you really want to do that. And I was like, he was like, what did he say? He was like, I support you a little bit. I mean, he was like, I support you. I support that in a way, just in a little bit though. I don't fully support. He's like, I don't fully support that, but I do support you, and I respected that. When I thought I was like, it's like agree to disagree. He support me if that's what I want to do, but he don't really fully support me, and because he know that he know, and I know that I probably really didn't want to do that. It was just something I'm just talking. I had just lost my job, so I'm like, I'm about to go be, it wasn't no stripper or nothing like that, but it was just like a video chatting, but it was going to be a little bit more, not like how this video blog. And I'm so glad that I decided to do it this way and not, do it the other way. But I mean, hey, I lost my job. I'm like, I got to feed these kids. But that's the support you need. He agreed to disagree. And man, and he talked to me a little bit more because I have been complaining. Maybe I've been complaining a lot. I've been on Facebook blurting out, just going, because I've been so emotional. Like, I'm feeling so much better because December is almost over. And like I tell people, it does not matter what. I had a few people comment, and I appreciate the comments or whatever. But that is my season. I'm gonna go through next year, December. I'm gonna go through. No, I'm not just being all Debbie Downer and just always something gonna go. But that is my season. And maybe that's the season that I need to go through because it's blossoming. I'm writing now. I'm working on getting the books out there. And I look at it, it's been every 5 years that I've published. I published Don't Make Me Act the Fool 2009. I thought it was 2012 for Undecided, Infatuated in Love, but it was actually 2014. Here we are, 2019. So every 5 years, I publish a book, which is fine. I wish I could do it every year, but just the fact of how did that line up? Had I not lost my job, had I not been stressed out, depressed, and things, I probably wouldn't because going through really motivates me to write because I'm sitting here crying, bored, don't know what to do, tired of talking to everybody on the phone, tired of crying. So what do? Pick up a poem and look at it. Then I'm like, oh, well, let me write. Let me see what this book, what I finish. That's what also drives me too when I'm going through, or you break my heart. We going through, oh, really? Let me go on here and write this book about how, loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But that also fuels me to write too. So, like I said, it's always good to have that man that supports you, that really, is out there, is really for you. Team us, team black love. That's beautiful. I'm not going to just say black love, but love is beautiful. And to have a partner that really respects your goals, your dreams, and can give you insight and feed. Me and my babe have insight and feed because he write too. So I was like, okay. So when I say certain stuff, that's how I can talk about him, about my writing, poetry, everything, because he is a writer as well. Which is a plus because I can just see that book that we can write together is a beautiful thing. We have so much just business wise we have in common, and when I look at our compatibility, Libra and Scorpio, it works. My best friend is a Scorpio, and we're like the same but different. I always say that we're the same but different. So when I met him and I was like, oh, he a Scorpio, I'm like, oh, wow. But it's not just because I met other Scorpios that didn't have the personality. So it's not just a sign. It's just actually the person as well, the individual. But it's like I go to her, I go to him. So it's like I got both for the best friend and the best boyfriend, I can say. But back to the baby mama, being a baby mama. Like I said, don't really like the title. I prefer mother of his child, but it has been an experience that taught me that those were my relationships at the time. Those were what I was dealing with at the time. Each one was separate, each one was different. Like I said, I kind of stand maybe over a 10-year period dealing with my first son's father. Fish was only a 3 little period. That's because in 3 years I was pregnant, married, widowed. Mecca was a 5-year period. So like I say, I may have three different, but look at those years and those so even though relationship doesn't have to mean man and woman, physical and romantic relationship, but look at those relationships. You got over 10, 3, and 5. Okay, that's some period of time. Some people don't even have no dealings with their child's father. They don't even know him. Some people don't even know who they're pregnant by. And then there's also some people that's claiming a child that's they're not really theirs. So however it is and however your lifestyle, that's how it was. Nobody can knock nobody on how they birthed a child. Yeah, we may have all should have been married and, what I'm saying, waited and this and that. But then where would these people come from born with, what I'm saying, where would adoption need to take place because you had a baby and couldn't take care of, where would these beautiful babies that are just, born out of wedlock, they're still beautiful babies just because they're born out of wedlock. The world is how it is. It's not perfect and there's no set guideline to follow. I mean, you're following the Bible if you are a Christian, and that is for you. I consider myself more spiritual. I do believe in there is a higher power. I do pray, but I consider myself spiritual. Yeah, I don't attend church regularly. Yeah, I don't have a pastor and wife I'm following over, but I still got my spiritual parents in Stockton. I have that. So I still have my guidance, my leadership. I may have that. I still have that. But I feel to each his own, however they feel, For me, I have different reasons why I haven't went back to church or I'm not in church on a regular basis. But at a time and point, I did all of that. I have been in church faithfully every day. And so I've been through that. I was hospitality president. I was a Sunday school teacher. I aided in the first late. I did a lot, I served my time in the church. Not saying that I don't need to be, but if I believe in a higher power and I pray and whoever I, chose to believe in God, Jesus, however spiritual, however I pray, that's me. That's mine. But it goes back to, so I'm thankful that I do have whoever my two sons are by and my daughter is by. So if I am baby mama, then that's my baby mama. That's who I am. But it's not been all bad. It is and I'm at to the point to his life that they're both moved on with their life. And it's, I wish them well, even though with Mecca, there's a little bitterness only because it's how his situation came about. And I'm not going to go in full detail, but I feel it was shady on his part, shady on the other female's part, because no matter what, when you're dealing with somebody, and even if we live together, so basically that is a relationship. So any female that comes out and don't respect that situation, I feel y'all was shady, but kudos, y'all together now. Blessings, congratulations on y'all new baby, all that. But it's just so that's why it's just like a little bitterness and this and that, but it's not even that serious. My daughter is still beautiful, and I'm still glad I had the baby by him, no matter what. As far as I don't know, like I said, the first baby daddy, it's weird. I don't know, but I'm glad we're friends. I'm glad we could talk, and I'm glad my son is 18, and so he'll get to see that part of his life, him growing into a man, and I pray that he be a part of it, more on a regular basis, better than what he has in the past. So back to the book. So yeah, so when I wrote the Diary of My Life and the Baby Mama Diary, that goes together. And like I said, Diary of My Life, I'm gonna really see how I can get that out. I'm not really ready to get that out. Baby Mama, I'm not really ready to get that out because I don't. It's basically it's a tell-all. So I'm not gonna try to mess up my career and try to be like it seeming like I'm petty to get that book out because it's my story really. But yeah, it involves a lot of people and I don't want to really get that. I want to focus on what other writings I want to get out poetry, love and hate. I want to get that out. And I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But right now I just wanted to talk about the Baby Mama Diary a little bit in the Diary of My Life because since those were the first books that I actually wrote. And just the fact of how it is to be a baby mama. How do I, feel? And it's like, how do you guys feel? Like, what relationships do you guys have with your son or daughter's father? And do you like just hate them or bash them? I see posts. I see females. I don't know. I go over and look and try to some of the stuff that I post. I don't think I've ever really bashed my kid's father or anything like that. I may have said little stuff like, oh, he's making me so mad, you know what I'm saying? But just to be like, this nigga ain't shit, he ain't gonna never be shit, whoop the whoop, his mama didn't raise him, that's why. No, people are people. People are gonna be what they wanna be. Whether it's bad, good, ugly, negative, that's what people are gonna be. That's why it's always be careful and cautious when you're dating or when you're looking at somebody. See how he treat his own kids. See how if it was he come into your life to treat your kids. See how he is as a person. Is he a provider? Is he a nurturer? Is he caring, giving, loyal? It ain't got to be no soft, sweet type of shit because the real nigga is going to be a real man. Basically, period, end of story. I got a real nigga that's a real man. I don't mess with no niggas that ain't. So it ain't got to be all that. But it does have to be, they have to be a certain standards. You got to set your standards to what you're looking for. You got to set your standards as to what you want into your life too. Because knowing when it gets physical, that's why if you don't protect yourself and be safe, I'm not going to call them accidents, but you can get pregnant accidentally. I'll just say that. So you got to realize that phone drop. Sorry about that. I'm not for abortions unless it was just something medically between me and the baby that I would have to get an abortion, but I'm not for those. But you have to be aware of, hey, I'm not ready to have no baby, so let me do what I need to do, protect myself, because that's a lifetime bond. Even though I say that my son 18 and I'm acting like I'm all happy, I still got to deal with him some more. That ain't even going away. But you got to think about that. Is it somebody I want to deal with? And you can always cut him off and get, man, I don't deal with him. I don't talk to him, this and that. But you're going to have to pick up that phone. If your child ever get ill or anything like that, or I hate to say if something happens tragically to your child, you're going to have to pick up that phone. You're going to have to try to find him or do this. So you're going to have some type of, I don't think there's nobody that's ever just don't deal with their child's father unless they just don't know that person or know who that person is. And that's sad in itself. At least I know for sure who is who, what is what. But with no ifs, ands, and buts and questions about it. Because I will prove. I don't have no problem taking no type of test. No, here, it's not yours? Okay, let's go. Let's go on and go on. Let's talk to Dana and see what she say. Because Dana don't lie. But so it all sends back to, I don't really try to bash them. I don't try to be, you know what I'm saying, to be all that, because that's just not the type of person I am. My mom never really bash my dad either. She would take us to go, y'all need to go see your daddy. We're going to go over here, find him, see where he at. Let's go to your grandma's house. She always, even he was allowed to come to the house. My stepfather allowed my father to come to the house until he messed that up though. He messed it on his own. He still was able to come. You just can't come inside. But imagine that, my stepfather letting my dad come inside, sit and chill, talk to us. No problems with that. So so that was cool. It's just that after he, did something that wasn't cool, so myself, I was like, he can't come and see, he's not welcome inside, but he's always welcome to pick you guys up and to come talk to you guys outside. And that's what it was. So I still appreciate my stepfather for that. And that's why it is my mom always found when she did date or talk, it was somebody that, what can you do for me and my kids? Not necessarily what, but what has been, why am I talking to you? Why do I need to date you or talk to you? What do we have in common, or versus what do we have? Especially when you're older, that's how I was once I got up in age. I'm like, what? I got kids. What are we going to kick it, chill for what? And then what? How we going to do that? I'm not doing that all day. I got to go make dinner. And that's why some of the people that's not in my life, the more they didn't respect the fact that I have kids. I'm not going to jump every time you say, let's go out, hang out, and kick it. No, this weekend, I'm staying in the house chilling with the kids. No, I don't feel like going out. It's a school night. I put all my little, what I'm not going to do. And somebody that respects that. That's why when I first met Babe, he asked me, he was like, can you leave? He did that like every time we kicked it, he was like, can you leave? And I was like, what you mean? He's like, where's the kids at? How the kids, they cool? Can you leave? And I was like, yo, grown woman. But then I thought about, he's asking, can you leave? Are the kids, you know what I'm saying? Not can you leave, as how are the kids? They going to be straight. We going to be, you know what I'm saying? So I always respect it. Every time he said that, it was just so funny. He was like, can you leave? Can you leave? So that was just so cool. He respected the fact that I had kids. I had people in my life to be like, man, you don't never have a babysitter for your daughter or something crazy. I'm like, I got a built-in babysitter, but it's the fact of I'm not trying to leave her right now. I just don't want to go out and kick it with you or go hang out right now. I want to be at home with my child, She not asleep yet. Or, dang, you ain't put her to bed yet. She ain't got no bedtime. No, she ain't even in school right now. None of my kids never had a bedtime. So stop playing. It's like some of y'all, man, y'all will mess up y'all own chance of, because it's like y'all mouth, y'all, that's the comes back to that. You ain't got that emotional, you ain't got them people skills, you don't know how to interact, you don't know what's going on, That's why I try not to date people that really don't have kids, and I try not to date people that don't want kids, and I try not to date people that don't have more kids than me. I got 3, you got 3, that's cool. You got 4, okay, I could work with 4. But when you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 kids, no, that's too many kids, because I want a provider, a stepfather for my kids. I want somebody in my life. So if we got your 10 kids and my 10 kids, I'm just saying that's a lot of kids in the household. Somebody, baby, it's just going to be too much. And I'm not knocking nobody that has a lot of kids. I just know I've been a stepmother before, and I don't, and I feel that I was a good stepmother because I'm going to treat them like I treat my kids. So they may thought I was mean and tough, but I'm mean and tough to my own kids. That's just how I am, but I love them. So it is what it is. But to date people that have multiple kids, especially multiple kids and now if your kids are by the same woman, y'all probably your oldest is 24, whatever. Okay, that's different. But to have this many XYZ baby mamas and kids, I just don't prefer it for me. I just don't. That's just how I am at this point in life. I want something different, and I just don't prefer, to date people that have multiple kids. So when you're looking for, you have to consider all those things in consideration. That's why when I first meet somebody, I ask questions. The number one questions I ask: how are you with kids? Do you want more kids? How are you with marriage? Do you want to get married? How are you with an open relationship? How are you with a long-term commitment? What are your future goals? Is this this is your job? This is what you're going to be? Do you got anything else in mind? How you feel on businesses? They probably be like, she just goes in. Yeah, I do go in, because I don't want to be caught up to where we talk and we just date and we kick it, and then I involve later on, find out, oh, you don't even really like kids. I wonder why you never come to the house, or I'm at the bowling alley with the boys. You don't want to come show up. No, I'll catch you later. Why? Oh, you don't like kids? You don't want to be? Did not know that. Here we is 8 months and didn't know that. Just always thought you were busy, or just thought, So you don't want to be caught up in situations like that. You don't want to be caught in situations to where you want to be with that person that comes to your life. You aid, and also you aid into their life and being help. You can't be like to be like, oh, he got teenage girls. Oh no, I'm good. I'm cool. I don't do teenagers. And he may not never knew that. You liking into him, then you finally, you meet the daughter, and you like, oh, you got a daughter, you got a 15-year-old. Oh no, So you always have to keep that communication open when you're dating, when you're talking to someone. Make sure that you put your standards, make sure that you know what you want, and do not sacrifice. I can tell you that. Don't sacrifice. Make sure you actually getting what you want. And I'm going to end it like this. It's already 20 minutes of the video, and then the other one was already 15 minutes. So it's going to be back to back. So I'm about to put video 1, video 2 or some way. But I am Michelle White, the urban author, aka the urban writer.